guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about contours. So I'm going to go through everything that I have in terms of contouring. Some are face palettes or contouring palettes, but I have my drugstore and my high-end today in this one video because I really didn't think I needed to break it down into two videos like I normally do. So this is basically just a continuation on in my collection series. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about contours today. So I'm gonna start with my drugstore. The first one is, this is my favorite, you guys. This is my favorite contour shade, I think of all time, to be honest. And this is the NYX HD Blush in the shade Taupe. This is the new one. It's not the old one that everybody else raves about, but I love this. I think this is a beautiful contour shade. I would never be able to wear it as a blush, but it just creates the perfect shadow. And when I'm a bit darker, this is my jam. I do have a backup already. If you're fair like I am and you don't get a whole lot darker, but a little bit darker in the summertime, I would say check this one out. It's very affordable from NYX Cosmetics and it's just my fave. The next one is also from NYX, and this is the contouring palette. You guys, this was the first palette, look how used and abused this baby is, that I ever bought for contouring when I first started getting into makeup, and I have worn this puppy out. I will say that I absolutely love this contouring kit. If you're new to makeup or if you just want a great all-around contouring, affordable palette, this is the one I feel like you should get. I have used this baby to death, and I've really, at different points in times, I've been able to use all the contour shades in this palette. So I know some of these look really, really, really deep, but I've been able to mix and match and make them work. So obviously these two are my favorite. What I love about this also is you can pop these little pans out and put replacement pans in, so you never have to buy the full palette over again. I believe you get the pan refills at NYX Cosmetics, like the website. But I love that you don't have to repurchase the entire kit. It's $25. And this highlight is so beautiful. It looks very underrated in the pan, but look at that. It's just that beautiful, wet sort of metallic. And yes, you guys, I think this is definitely worth the $24. I've used this to death, and I highly recommend. So, I do have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Kit, also so used and abused. Look at this guy. One of the first things I purchased, again, when getting really hardcore into makeup, and I mean, I've panned both sides. What I think is amazing about this little kit here is they have two of them. So they have one for fair to medium, and then they have one for medium to dark. And so the amazing thing is these powders are so buttery soft, you guys. They almost feel like creams. They are, they're just beautiful. They're so blendable, nice and pigmented, beautiful, just beautiful, affordable palette. So again, I have loved this guy so hard. Really, it's an amazing, amazing little palette. The next thing is new to me. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster little trio. I've talked about this recently in a video, and I really enjoy this. I'm not crazy about the bulky packaging and the fact that this doesn't open all the way, but I do love that contour shade. I just think it's beautiful. It's, for me right now, I'm so fair. It's been kind of challenging finding something that's gonna work, but this really does work. I mean, for fair complexions, this is a wonderful little option. Again, very smooth, very buttery, easy to use, blends beautifully, a little bit spendy, 15 bucks for this guy, but nonetheless, I think it's a great contouring option. The next one is the Catrice Prime and Fine. I've also really enjoyed working with this one. It's relatively new to me. But these powders, this shade, again, really, really nice for contouring. And I love that you kind of have to like dig in there a little bit. It's not gonna be ultra pigmented out of the gate. This is something that you can, you know, really build up. So I really enjoy this, and I think it was like $7. And then the highlight, again, very, very good, kind of surprisingly good for what it is. But I've really been using this quite a bit, and I've really been enjoying it. So next we're gonna move into high end. So the first one is this guy here from IT Cosmetics. This is the old version. They have a new version out now, but you guys, this formula, so good. What a beautiful, soft contour palette. I am obsessed. I still use this periodically. I should pull it in actually to one of my Shop My Stash rotations. I kind of just put both of those swatches together, so that's not very helpful, is it? But really, really nice. And again, the highlight in here looks crazy, right? Really, really pretty on the skin. If you're super fair, you're gonna love this highlight. It's just wet and foiled and beautiful. So I cannot remember how much this is. They carry it at Ulta, but I would highly recommend that one. It is very, very good. I know I keep saying that over and over and over again, but there are a couple in here that I'm not as crazy about, and I will let you guys know as we get there. Actually, here come a couple. So the first one is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I really wanted to purchase this when it first came out, and I'm so glad that I didn't. And I got this little guy, I think in a, you know, a typical benefit kit somewhere down the line. And to be honest, you guys, I'm kind of glad I did not buy this in full size. This is far too warm. I don't know how they're calling this a contour shade, at least for me personally. This is far, far too warm. And I'm not crazy about the way that this blends out, you guys. Over foundation, it looks muddy. It always looks muddy. It doesn't seem to blend very nicely for me personally. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this. I've been trying to find ways to use this up. If you have any tips, let me know down below. Otherwise, this is just gonna wind up in like a products that didn't work for me video. Next one, Urban Decay Shapeshifter. Now, I really enjoy the powders. This was on sale recently, and I've always wanted it, but it was pretty spendy, $45 to me. That's quite a bit of money. So personally, I just wasn't going to spend 45 bucks for it, but when it came down to half off, I went ahead and picked it up. I love the powders. The highlight in here is really, really beautiful. I love that contour shade. I find myself never using the setter shade just because I like loose powder, so these are kind of a waste for me. And then this bronzer shade is pretty orange. So really, I'm enjoying these two shades here. I would not pay for this full price, even, especially knowing what I know now. I'm glad that I didn't. The powders are nice. They're very pigmented, so you need to use a very, very light hand. But as you can see, I've tried the cream here, the cream contour, and I just felt like this didn't blend very well, you guys. I don't know if it's just me, but it's such a creamy formula that I just felt like it's almost a little bit oily, to be honest, and I just couldn't really get it to work for me. So the creams I'm not crazy about. The powders are good. If I could do it all over, I would have just passed on it, honestly, even for the half off, because I think I paid like $18 for this. I still probably would have passed. Compared to what the other things I have, yeah, I probably would have passed on this. Next up is the cream contour kit from Anastasia. I'm not going to go on and on about this. You guys already know how I feel about it. This is my all-time favorite cream contouring product ever. You can see I've really, really made some dents in these pans. Again, I don't really use the lighter shades, but I'm able to use all three of these shades. I can mix and match. I can use this darker one with the lighter one, and you know, I don't know, I love this formula. I kind of like that it's a bit of a drier formula because for my combo skin, this just seems to blend better, wear longer. I don't know, there's just something about it. And you can currently get these at TJ Maxx for $20, I think is what I paid. I actually bought a backup because I love this so much that this is really the only cream contour that I gravitate to. The next is the Anastasia Contour Kit. I do really love the Anastasia Contour Kit. I've used this quite a bit, as you can probably tell. If I had to choose between all of, it's tough, you guys, because I do think this is a nice formula. I'm pretty sure I paid full price for this guy too. Do I think it's worth full price money? I don't know if I would pay full price for this over again, you guys. I do enjoy it, but I don't know if I would buy it all over again for $40, $45. I don't think I would. I think that there are just great drugstore options out there. These are pretty pigmented. I think they blend perfectly fine. I've heard people say they're hard to blend, but I've never had an issue with that. So I do have that one. I do enjoy it. I don't know if I would pay full price money for it again. Next up is the Tarteist Pro. Again, got this half off. This is another one that I would not have paid full price for, and I probably, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have purchased it for half off either. The cream, I've worked with this several times. It just doesn't blend like my Anastasia one. It just doesn't. And then the bronzer shade I do really enjoy. The highlights are a bit chunky in my opinion. They're a bit too like glitter infused. This is something that I pull into my Shop My Stash to get use out of it, but I'm never like, ooh, I get to use this, yay. It's kind of like, I better get some use out of this. Does that make sense, you guys? I don't know. Next up is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour. You guys, this is worth it. This to me is worth the money. These are beautiful. The shades are beautiful. The packaging is luxe and beautiful. All three shades I can get use out of. I think they blend beautifully. I would say of all my high-end ones, this is my favorite, next to the IT one. So yes, I definitely think that this is worth the money. And the packaging, you guys, you know, you've seen it a million times, I'm sure. This packaging is to die for. And then last up is the Park Ave Princess palette. Yes, I got sucked in to the packaging. But I will say, you guys, this really is a beautiful formula. They are very, very pigmented, so you do have to go in with a very light hand when using this. I kind of went in too hard when I first got, and I should have known better because all Tarte powders are pretty intense, so I should have known better. But I like that I can pretty much get use out of all of these shades, all of them. So I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I know it's kind of like controversial. People say, oh, it's just the packaging, but I mean, look at this packaging. And it is good formula. It's very, very pigmented though. So I think you kind of have to have some skill in order to use this guy, because otherwise you might find it to be a little too intense, but I don't know. I personally enjoy it. So that's it, you guys. That's my contour palette / contour collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will do a video talking about my top 3 as always, and let you guys know which ones really stood out to me the most. I think I kind of gave it away, but I'll still do it. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.